Alright. I'm ready for what the day may hold.
I've been told even the locals don't swim here, as these waters are infested with crocodiles. Bajau Laut, or the sea gypsies, are the true masters of the sea. They have been roaming the waters of Malaysia, Philippines, and Indonesia for many generations. There's still quite a population of Bajau Laut people who live in wooden houseboats or stilt huts built on top of coral reefs near Semporna's islands. Some Bajau Laut people use their skills to guide divers from all over the globe at Semporna's favorite dive spots. Since you're here, why not? This place is usually packed with tourists, but due to its low season, we're mostly greeted by locals and kids playing in the neighborhood. And today, we're playing cops and robbers, and the winner gets a soda. Ha. Anyway, when you walk out towards the more touristically developed areas around the chalets, you'll see a lot of scenic wooden architectures that would make any Instagram picture taken here enviable. Another really cool thing worth noting are the dugout canoes paddled by the Bajau Sulu people. They usually paddle around the more happening locations where the tourists are, and they sell fresh island produce. Coconuts for 5 ringgit, which are absolutely perfect on a hot day like this. They've also got crabs, shellfish, and freshly caught mackerels and red snappers. I'd say it's a pretty fun way to support the local economy. This is the final moments of verbal communication, so I'm trying to recap all the safety briefs and dive lingo Yusri had taught me. The last thing you want to do is confuse yourself with all the tech gear underwater and mess up the hand signals. I guess my lack of athletic endeavors in high school really drove the adventurous side of me as an adult today. I've always known Malaysia to be free of natural catastrophe, especially since we're not in any active volcanic areas near the Earth's tectonic plates. But on my way to Tawau town, a villager told the crew that there's a volcanic rock column formation, and it's at the village where the Cocos Malay live. Tu makcik sana cari apa, pakcik?
Ini dia cari tiram kecil di inilah.
Ya.
Suri rumah sini cari benda ni untuk dipasarkan di mana-mana tamu ada buka, dia hantar ke sana.
Oh. Knocking on the barnacles, watch out for the cuticles. These aunties are knocking on the hard shell of barnacles to dig out its fleshy insides. They're the same type of barnacles that grows on boats, woods, and in this case, boulders on the beach. They taught me how to do it with a blunt pointed metal and a plastic cup nearby. I gotta say, the learning curve is pretty low, but it's a tedious job, and you can find it on the menu at some local restaurants in Tawau. I know what it looks like, and yes, it is a lot of work, but I gotta admit, squatting on these sharp rocks and hanging out with these aunties on a romantic sunset, it is kind of a therapeutic treatment. In this part of the world, ancient technology takes precedence. It's all manual wooden tack made up of highly durable bamboo and nibong wood that penetrates the 18-meter deep water. Thank goodness, throughout the whole day, no accidents were reported. And what a rewarding view after settling the nets down. A large aluminum pot is being heated up with water and set to boil. Now, remember the huge gunny sack of salt I was carrying earlier? They're being emptied into the boiling water. The way they roast it is also a very straightforward process. They only add margarine, sugar, and salt. And all you gotta do is to take care to keep stirring so that the beans don't burn. This natural process also gives it a very distinct local taste that's easily distinguishable from imported coffee, but it's a widely accepted palate for the locals in Sabah. Now this visually looks super cool. Just rhythmically stabbing the beans with two logs onto a large log with a dugout crater. It is a little messy, but it gets kind of hypnotic after a while because you're trying to concentrate so hard to stab the beans, which begs the question. After watching the ladies prepare the dishes, here it is all laid out. This one took a little bit longer to prepare because after it being hand wrapped with daun itip, it has to be steamed. I have a whole lot of appreciation for people who stick with their roots and yet embrace change. And occasionally, he uses the grinder to sharpen the steel and he etches away. The guy handles it like an absolute pro, and might I remind you that he's a champion in several districts as well as representing Sabah in spinning top tournaments. Being able to land a spin and banging tornado of a UFO wood onto the sacred mat. But first, I gotta learn to wind up these ropes and get the stance right. The way the chainsaw man divides up the trunk into 4 pieces to simplify its transportation. And with a simple low-tech contraption, nails are being hammered into the trunk with a blunt blade, surprisingly, and then it's rolled away by hand. Man, these guys are CrossFit experts, and drained so that we can scoop up the sago at the end. First, with a manual kickstart, Abdullah fires up the engine and runs the grater.
It's a very simple dish, I guess that's it. And this is gonna be my dinner after burning all the calories playing sepak takraw. New adventures. Wah, rupanya ada lauk makcik. Makcik kata tak ada lauk.
Saja nak.
So right now, we're in Penampang, which is about 30 minutes away from city center in Kota Kinabalu. I'm going to be meeting Evelyn Enol. She's Kadazan Dusun, and I'm going to be staying here for a couple of nights. Come and show you inside. How many meters does she have to stitch to do one set of gaung kobasanan?
We need at least 10 meters.
It's about 10 meters. How long does it take to make 10 meters?
Somehow, when it's nearing the end, I find sunsets to be such a wonderful closure. The horizon ahead before the sun disappears makes you wonder what adventure awaits us in the future. I don't have all the answers, but hosting this travel show has opened up my perspective a lot when it comes to exploring my own backyard in Malaysia.